Hello, cruel world. My name is Dr. Shahan Das. I'm a consultant forensic psychiatrist and an NHS doctor. I assess mentally disordered offenders for a living so that you don't have to. You can call me the ominous Shahominous. This video is 7 red flags that your partner might be dominating or controlling. Now, one question that might jump out to your mind is, why do you need that? Why am I telling you 7 red flags? Surely it should be obvious. But actually the answer is no. Sometimes the behavior within dominating relationships can be quite subtle. So what I'm talking about is a form of grooming. It is where the perpetrator they push boundaries very, very gradually, very, very slowly, to the point that the victim doesn't even necessarily notice that it's happening. It's kind of like that story of the slowly boiling frog that your mother used to read to you at bedtime every night. The other reason is that the victim might be besotted or in love with the abuser, so they might refuse to actually see their flaws, or at least be naive to seeing the flaws. And the other thing that we cannot forget, that it's easy for us to kind of not consider if we're judging from the outside, is there might be good times within the relationship. Sometimes the perpetrator can be quite manipulative, or they can be quite charming. So the victim, the behavior is hidden within actual like affection and nice behavior in between sometimes. The reason I'm making this video is because if you're in a relationship where your partner is dominating and controlling, it doesn't bode very well. If they're making you feel intimidated, self-doubt, or even guilty, then in my view, this is a very high-risk scenario because there's a potential for future domestic violence. And the other thing I'd say is that the control and domination is often a subtler form of manipulation compared to, say, physical, emotional, or sexual abuse. So let's get into it. I'm going to refer to the perpetrator as he and the victim as she in this video. Obviously, it can happen the other way around, but this is the majority of the cases that I see within my work, so it makes sense. Sign number 1, isolating you from your friends and your family. So he may try and convince you that it's kind of you and him against the world. And this might include trying to intentionally drive a wedge between you and the people that you love your friends and families. He might spread rumors or lies, forcing you to distance yourself, or he might intentionally scupper your social plans. And on top of all of that, he might make you feel guilty about spending time with the people that you love. Item number 2, getting angry if he doesn't feature in your plans. So emotionally abusive partners are often extremely narcissistic. They may not want you to have an outside life or have any kind of happiness outside of your relationship, and therefore they might not respect your independence. For him, the whole world revolves around him, and so he gets offended if you don't adapt his plans or make his plans for him, so for his predilectations and his convenience. So what are the signs of this? Does he get angry if you choose your preference of restaurant? Does he get upset when you get to choose the film? Is he insisting on having Cocoa Pops when all you want is Crunchy Nut cornflakes? Item number 3, going through your phone. So this is very typical behavior in a controlling relationship. This is when the abuser constantly is looking for evidence of your actions and possibly infidelity. So a partner who reads your texts or even looks through your bag or checks your emails, clearly that person has trust issues. Clearly this is unacceptable, and it's a total disregard for your personal boundaries. By the way, related to this, I've done another video on my channel. How do you know if you've been a victim of narcissistic abuse? Go and chickadee check it out. Next item, relentless disparagement. So although some relationships might have some playful banter, your partner might cross the line when he's deliberately hurting your feelings by insulting you, either in private, behind closed doors, or publicly. And his comments might leave you not only feeling hurt and upset, but also feeling insecure. This is basic bullying. What I'm talking about is basic bullying. He might comment on flaws in the way that you look, or he might say things to make you look stupid. He might say that your gravy is lumpy. He might say that your ankles are too fat. Next sign, walking on eggshells. Are you nervous about bringing up particular topics of conversation because of the reaction that you might get from your partner? Does he tend to pick apart your comments and denigrate you and make you feel stupid in front of your friends? So I think it's fair to say that it's not the basis of a solid relationship if you're too scared to talk in general or about specific issues. Item number 6, overzealous and jealous. Due to his own insecurities, an abusive partner might accuse you of flirting with other people, with flirting with other people or cheating for absolutely no reason. So he's got no evidence. He may try and destroy any platonic friendships that you have of people of the other gender just because he is insecure. He might even lie about the intentions of your male friends. He might say that they did or said something which is completely false so that you feel creeped out by your male friends. And then finally, gaslighting. So gaslighting is a term that has been used a lot recently. It's often misunderstood. This is when the perpetrator makes you doubt your own reality by twisting the truth. So he makes you question like your memories, your instincts, your feelings. This might include like insulting you, but then denying the insult, or trying to insist or convince you that you misinterpreted the comment or that you are being paranoid. He might even try and blame you for making him feel bad about it. So I hope I'm getting across what gaslighting is. It's not just being nasty, it's being nasty and then making you feel bad for his actions. He might insist that you misremembered what you said to each other during an argument. By the way, I've got an entire video on gaslighting, including a hypothetical case of a couple going chiggity. Check it out on my channel. Okay, so that's it. To conclude, these are some of the red flag warning signs, risk factors in your relationship that you might be in a controlling or dominating dynamic. If you experience any of those things, then I would be extremely cautious if I were you. If you're unsure, speak to a trusted friend, ask them whether they think this behavior is acceptable. I personally would suggest that you leave. I don't think a dominating, controlling relationship is a good basis. I don't think it's going to get better. Maybe you can seek help if it has escalated in something very physically dangerous like domestic violence. Obviously you can go to the police. There are also a number of domestic violence charities that you can find easily on Google. Bit of a morbid topic. I hope that was helpful. Please let me know in the Schmommenschmections whether you've if you've experienced this kind of controlling or dominating relationship, or if you know somebody that's in it. Give us a bit of context and tell us how the situation has ended, please. Lovely to speak to you all. Peace, stay 𝐏𝐸𝐬𝐲𝐜𝐡, buy my goddamn book, and do not forget, I love you.